Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 131.
131 de Mario. It's a fall camp. Fall forward. We're going to fall forward, boys. We're going to fall forward this year.
Football.
Bang.
Football.
Bang.
Football.
Tell me you listen. Tell me you listen without telling me you listen.
Bang.
Cheers, boys. Happy Whiskey Wednesday.
Yeah, you know,
Cheers.
I was, oh my God, really? Man, fuck you guys. I don't have anything to drink. And I was like, oh, I need to get something. And I was coming in hot. And I just running myself ragged today. And I show up and I log in. I'm the fourth person here, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm on time. I was on time. But I don't have any tequila with me.
Well, you probably have other.
Should I go make one?
Other libations.
I'm just saying, you got 15 minutes before Roddy shows up, our special guest. Well, 10 minutes before he shows up.
Should I make one?
We got Roddy from the ACC Network coming on. Yeah, go do your thing.
Should I have
We're just going to
Steph
play
make me
camp
one?
audio. We're playing camp audio.
I want to hear camp audio. Let me
Well,
see
then
if
you got to
Steph will make
stay.
it. Go ahead.
Text her that you need a cocktail.
Go.
Okay, so it was day one of camp. We had audio from Mario, from Ruben, and from Cam. I listened to all three. I'll give you one clip from Mario, one clip from Ruben, but the best audio came all from Cam. So we're going to get right on into it. So it was offense versus defense day one, and let's go ahead and go with Cam on first day.
We didn't have a great first day. We had a good enough first day. You know, we had a lot of guys out there, not full speed, I believe. But, you know, that's something that we can get better at as we get used to the heat, the new guys coming in, still acclimating to the heat. But, you know, it was a decent first day, not where we want to be as an offense, but, you know, we just got to get better.
I like
There
it.
you go.
I like it. Be the Pied Piper. Calling them out a little bit. Hey, guys weren't at full speed. You know, first day, that's not a good omen. You know, you got to come out there, kind of go balls to the wall. But I like it. I like where his head's at, and I like the fact that, like I said, he's the Pied Piper. Come on, let's go. Let's go, Canes. Let's go offense. Can't let that defense get up 1-0. I mean, historically, we know how it goes, right? Unless under the D'Onofrio years, the defense is always going to win early in camp. The offense kinds of pick up steam later on in the background. Yeah, but here we go. Come on, offense. Let's go. Let's go. We got high hopes for you. High hopes.
Scoop.
I like that. I mean, I will say this, and it's no joke. He said, this heat's different. Like, it boils your skin hot. That's what it's like down here for the past 2 months. So these dudes are feeling it. They got to be feeling it big time out there. It's not just the humidity and just it's like the sun is like, what did they say? What did I read the other day? That if the sun were a mile closer, we'd all be eviscerated.
Oh, yeah. It'd be boiling. Yeah.
If it were a
this
mile,
is not good.
this is not good.
No, it wouldn't be good.
If it were a mile closer, we'd all boil to death. And if it were a mile further back, we'd all freeze to death. Is that true? Is this real?
I don't know if it's a mile. That sounds like a small amount.
Don't let the facts get
I
in the
don't
way
know.
of this.
Yeah, who knows?
I love it. I
Who
love
told
it.
us? CNN came up with that.
If
Well,
there
that's
wasn't
probably
enough
not true.
climate alarmists, yeah, that's it. Somebody's going to push the sun a mile in either direction. We're all doomed. And speaking of doom, Dr. Doom,
Hey,
We can talk about that later. Not happy with
he's
that
Iron
move.
Man. Iron
I
Man's
know.
Dr. Doom. Let's just keep staying on the green.
can he play
Whatever.
both in the same? In the same
Apparently
movie?
he
Or is
can,
Iron Man
yes.
dead?
He's dead.
We should do that with
he
some
is?
of our guys.
Yeah.
Like Cam
What do you mean
McCormick
he
should
is?
come back. He
I
should
don't
just
know.
change his name. He should just change his name.
I've never
Dude.
seen a
You
single
never
one
saw
of them.
Endgame? You never saw Avengers
No.
Endgame like 5 years ago? He's been dead for
No.
like half a
No.
decade. Yeah.
I said I haven't seen a single one of these, but our boy Danny's on it, so I'm going to go watch this one.
Okay.
Plays a big role in this.
All right.
Nice.
Good.
Anyway,
Let's
go
get
ahead.
back to audio.
For context, if the Earth was 1 mile closer to the sun, the average surface temperature would increase by only 5 to 10%.
Yeah, so we're not frying.
Thank you.
You're not frying, but there'd be a lot more dead people.
And we'd have a lot more, red
10%,
skin.
100 degrees instead of
10%?
90.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Yeah.
We'd be boiled alive.
All right. So, that's going to be a reoccurring theme that you're going to hear in this audio. So, was the heat. So, I guess there's two ways that you can look at this as a fan. You can either be incredibly concerned that on the first day of camp, when you should be raring to go, the new wonderful quarterback that we brought in is using the term lack of effort, or it looks like it's kind of other folks saying it wasn't so much a lack of effort as it was some guys hit a wall today when it came to the Heat that they just hadn't experienced before, and they're gonna have time now to get used to that over the next month, and it will get better. So those are the two way you can look at glass half full, that it was just that, or you can look at the scary view, which is guys showed up and weren't really putting forth 100% effort.
Toast, I'm a little glass half empty there because listen, day one, the Heat, you've been here.
I know
it's fall camp. Yes, I get it. It's hot. It's Florida. But what were you doing before this? What did you just show up and now realize it was hot and then you're falling at the wayside? Like, come on.
I'm just
Florida.
trying to give folks something. I'm trying to give folks something to grasp onto, Ro, if they want to try to be positive about this.
Look at that service.
Oh, look at that.
See that service?
Look at that in your cup.
In the Canes glass. That's what you call service right there.
Well, to be fair, Daniela got me ice for this.
See?
That was nice.
I get a big block shaped like a heart. Means she loves me.
We're gonna see that on a reel later.
Somebody does.
After 25 years. Look at that.
That's amazing.
I know.
Yeah. Right?
All
right, let's go back with
you guys still love me after like 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, so you say.
You totally missed the comment whereas at least somebody loves you.
I heard you, idiot. That's what I was saying.
All right, let's go back to our boy Cam, who talked about the fact that the defense won day one.
They up right now. They up 1-0, I believe. We weren't explosive as an offense today as we need to be. And, we just didn't play our brand of football the whole time. We had spurts of it here and there, but we got to be consistent. That's the biggest thing for us. So they up 1-0.
Dude, he's very honest.
He's honest. He's nonchalant about it. He's like, that's cool. He had us today, but thank you. I even got lime.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
To that point of the defense winning, Ruben Bain confirmed.
Yeah, 1,000%. We were getting after it from 7-on inside runs all the way to the last team call it. A lot of young guys caught some interceptions. A lot of guys made some plays from the second level all the way to the D-line. So we look pretty good as a whole unit, but I'm pretty sure the offense is going to try to bring it tomorrow. So we all looking forward for another day.
There you go.
Confirmed. Defense up 1-0.
Second team all ACC, they say.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, we'll see how well that goes over.
Let's go back to Cam. What needs to be better moving forward?
Watch the little stuff. I feel like that's what we like today is the little details. We didn't emphasize it enough and it showed on the field. So looking at that, looking at effort of guys, effort is a big thing in our offense and football in general. If you don't have effort, you won't win a lot of games. So that's really the only thing we really got to clean up and really come back tomorrow with the same mindset to get better. And, we'll have a better day for sure.
Again, he's honest as hell.
I love this kid.
I do too.
I mean, he's going to just flat out call you out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we're used to that down here, right? Dan Marino, he wasn't shy. If you weren't getting it done, he was going to let you know.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, here's the
thing.
awesome.
I'm excited. There's no, it was a good first day. Had guys flying around. We had some nice, but no, he's like, we kind of sucked today.
Here's the cool thing. He didn't call anyone out by name for maybe not giving forth the effort that he was expecting, but he absolutely had praise for some folks. So first, let's talk about him talking about Sam and Damien.
Sam Brown can fly down the field. If y'all got a chance to see one-on-ones, that boy can fly. Damien, the way he sees his holes, gets in and out of cuts. Blitz protection's got way better since he's been here. So, having those two additions, it's not going to do nothing but help us. There were two great late additions, and, I'm glad they're a part of this team because they're gonna do some damage for us this year.
Sam could be that, consummate, let's blow the top off of it.
Mm-hmm.
High praise from the quarterback, and he's honest, right? So we just praised his honesty. He was critical when he needed to be critical, but he could show praise when he needs to show praise. Correct. I mean, Damien's going to be that dude. That's what they brought him in to be, that dude. Good to hear that his blitz protections are going to pick up because, again, running backs are running backs, but if you can't keep Cam elevated on his 2 feet, you're going to have issues. So that's huge. And guys seen enough football, so glad to hear his blitz pickup is on the up and up because we need it. Because we need Cam on the up and up.
Who is a more important pickup?
Cam.
Not
between
Cam.
those two.
Between Brown and Martinez.
I think Damien.
Martinez.
Martinez.
Just because of touches. Martinez. Just because of touches. He's just going to be able to factor more because I believe they're going to count on him more.
But what if
Now,
Brown? What if Brown becomes that guy? Because
Well, I think, Scoop, you bring an interesting parallel.
You're hearing, which is not what Cam has said, that he is far and away the best receiver in that room.
Well, here's the thing. You bring up the both of them, and synergistically, they can pay huge dividends because if you have the guy that could just literally blow the top off a defense, they're going to have to cover it a certain way. They're going to lighten up the box load. And if they lighten up the box load, Damien then can shine, can eat. So I think they could play off each other because now if Damien's eating because he's just running wild, sees the hole well, and then you're bringing guys into the box and you got somebody that could blow the top off, that's exactly what you want to go ahead and construct your offense. So Scoop might be both because of the way they work
And
off
then
of
X
each other.
lives underneath.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
crushes it. Yeah,
Royal's
mean,
healthy, looks the part.
Thimble, thimble. I'm not gonna say.
He's
I'm not
gonna
gonna
live in that
say it.
area.
I almost went all in there.
That's a question for Roddy I have later, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. But think about this too: Martinez and Fletcher. That 1-2.
And that's where I was going to go. I'm saying Martinez is more important just because look at the running back room and the injury issues we've had.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a sturdy dude. Like, dude, if we could get through the season with a pretty consistent 1 and 2 of him and Fletcher, if they could get, I mean, do you realize, we haven't had that since when? I mean, come on.
Portis, McGahee.
Right? Like,
Well,
we
two
haven't had like
legitimate
two
ones.
guys that like stay healthy for the season that we could rely. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, listen, we know we got 2 great receivers that performed last year in Jacoby and X. They put up the numbers.
Right.
Add Sam to that, add JoJo to that. But I just think bringing in that fucking god sturdy workhorse of a running back that can work with Mark is.
And to add to it, because maybe I'm partial to the school, but Jordan Lyles coming in too looks the part. He looks the part. Said he's
He's
again,
kind of
one
like
of those
Fletcher from last year.
You can never have too many running backs.
Another Fino, freshman in name only. He's coming in. He looks the part. Lower half looks good, So that's one of those things too. You have a stable of running backs, and I think this guy's going to attest to it. You can't have enough running backs, especially when we run that B back option A C. We got it.
Hey, don't mess with that offense, bro. Just stop talking poorly about the offense.
I took that as very endearing.
He's mocking me is what he's doing, Roddy.
I am not in front of Roddy. Never.
What's up, boys?
Never.
What's up? What is up? Roddy Jones from the ACC Network, one of our favorites. How are you, man?
I am phenomenal. We're getting close to football season, man.
Oh
like
my
we're already
God,
on
it's
the
here.
road doing
Camp,
some of
it's
these
here.
some of these road trips. Getting to see some. They don't really pop pads anymore, but a lot of thud happening at practice. So it's great, man. It's been awesome. How are you boys been?
Fantastic.
Well, it's been the off season, so it's we're getting to the end of the off season, thankfully, right? It does take its toll
Yeah. Yes,
on
it
us.
does.
Right
Yes,
about
it
this
does.
time of year, we're like, holy Christ, can we talk about something else?
Yeah, dude. Putting
And
out college
football's
football content in April sucks.
How
It's good for me.
How deep did you guys go? A deep dive on the game? Did you guys deep dive on the game? How many national championships have we won with the U already?
Oh yeah, 2025.
NCAA college 25.
No, none of us have it.
None of us have.
Nope.
What?
No.
Oh,
I know,
come
blasphemous.
No. Isn't
Roddy,
that terrible? That's terrible, right?
I'm probably the biggest gamer, and then it would go toast. We might go neck to toe to toe on that one. And you know what? It's just I got this jilted lover vibe from it. I religiously played
don't
that
blame
game,
you.
and all of a sudden you just want to come back into my life, and I just wouldn't do it. I just
Yeah.
wouldn't do it. I'm like, no,
Acting
you don't.
like you were better than before. Like, no.
Yeah, come on now.
Let me
Roddy,
just say,
I moved on.
I feel you on that, Ro. But I'm the sucker that went right back to his ex. That was like that just left me, and it was like, oh,
In your
please,
bathrobe?
take me back, take me
Bathrobe,
back. I
yeah.
love you, Dave.
Big bathrobe guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, just you got the
Exactly.
call with his bathroom on. You didn't care. Just went right to her house. Press play. All
Only
right, I
to
got
find out that we've been apart for so long. This is an entirely different person. I don't know you anymore. This is hard. This is really difficult. Like, I mean, the game feels great. The music, like I think the sound effects and the
they nailed it.
I get all nostalgic about all of that stuff. Seeing the stadiums and the runouts and the traditions and the chants and all that. Like, that's what I've enjoyed about it. But I am like, I thought I was good. I was on like, I don't even know what the difficulty levels are. Second easiest. I bumped that thing up 1 or through 6 picks in the first quarter. I was like, no, we're going back down. We're doing this for fun. I'm not trying to prove nothing to nobody.
You know what that was telling you? Running
the
backs
ball.
can't play quarterback. That's what it was telling you.
I'm walking in thinking, we talk about coverage and seeing it and all that stuff during broadcasts. I get in there and I just completely blank on all of it. Like, I have no eye discipline. I don't know where to look. I'm just looking at the rush the whole time and waiting for my quarterback to run. It's brutal.
That's amazing.
This is why we have no plans when we have Roddy on. We have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Unlike Ro, I absolutely would have bought it, Roddy, but I'm a PC gamer and they didn't drop it on the PC.
No, they didn't.
And I was like, man, I can't talk myself into go dropping $4 on a console for one game.
Yeah.
Sure,
so I'm hoping but I'm
but
sure
you won't play it for more than a month.
That's the problem.
Like when was the last time you played it, Roddy?
So I've only had it. So I got it the day that the regular drop came out. I didn't pay the $200 or the extra, the $100 for the deluxe version. So I had it for like 4 days and then went to ACC Media Day where I didn't have it for like 4 days. And so we're about a week out. So I play it. I played it yesterday. Okay. I don't think I played today. I'll maybe play tomorrow. But
so are you Georgia Tech?
So yes, my first dynasty was with Georgia Tech. We were 7-0 until I bumped up the difficulty. We ended up 8-5 with a loss in the bowl game.
Who were the 6 interceptions against?
It was not good after. I think it was Miami, to be honest. Yes! I think it was. I have to look at the schedule where that game falls, but it was somewhere towards the back half of the year. Like it was not good. It was not good.
Oh no, Jenners, where you at?
It was.
Oh no, not good.
No, this is
humble,
not good.
Not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Toast.
Well, so Roddy, so let's get into this. So obviously media days went down.
Yeah.
And we talk to you pretty much every year. So kind of know where we stand in terms of, we've experienced the glory days back in the day, and we're old ass fucking men at this point, but we're at a point, Roddy, where every year we're this could be the year everything could fall right. But all of a sudden this year, it looks like all of the excuses have been removed. The roster is as good as it has been in 20 years. The schedule isn't crazy intimidating. With the portable, we hit it. We got the quarterback, the running back, Sam Brown making news at wide. Like, I mean, we got horses now. There's no more excuses, Roddy. We can't fall flat on our face this year.
I could not agree more. All of the things that you could sort of poke holes in with Miami in the past from a foundational standpoint, or just like hey, I can convince myself that this guy is going to be the guy at quarterback. Like you're really looking and projecting with things in the past, and those things haven't always gone well. All those things are kind of gone, man. Like we saw the reason I'm buying Miami this year. We saw the offensive and defensive lines last year. Like, and both of those units, I think, will be better this year, particularly the offensive line. That is a reason to buy, because like this is a line of scrimmage game, and Miami was very good on the lines of scrimmage. When you look at the quarterback position, we've seen Cam Ward be very, very good at this level. And in a system where he's asked to do less hero ball than he did at Washington State, I think he can be more efficient than he was. You guys talked about the running backs who are proven college running backs, the wideouts who are proven college wideouts, and some of the most reliable guys in this league, especially when we talk about Xavier Restrepo, who I think under the radar might be the best receiver in the league. I think there's certainly other guys that you can talk about it. I would probably go Casey Concepcion next, but like as a freshman, he was used as a Swiss Army knife. And then the kid at Stanford maybe, but like X is really, really good in terms of reliability. He's everything you want at the receiving position at the slot. And then you flip over to the defense. I think the questions are in the secondary, but I don't have any questions about the defensive line. I have very few questions about the linebacker position, like probably none there either. And then you get to the secondary and there are questions. But if you walk into a season and you have to have questions somewhere on defense, I would want it in the secondary and not in the first two levels. So I think that secondary piece, the piece of the secondary could be something that maybe later on catches up with them. But like, I'm looking at the schedule, and I had this conversation with Florida State grad EJ Manuel today. Like, looking at the lead up to Florida State, if Miami's got 2 losses, man, like I think something has gone wrong going into that Florida State game. I really do. So I am drinking the Kool-Aid. I am buying in on Miami. They just got to get out of their own way, or make sure they don't get in their own way at any point during the season.
See, that was going to be my first question. You just answered it, because I was like, if I'm a Cristobal Davidian and I'm going for the punch, you're going to let me drink, right? You're not going to knock it out of my hands. I could drink it wholeheartedly. All right. Okay.
I'd probably say, like, you should drink it. Like, there'd be a question mark on the teleprompter.
Okay. Look, I've been Mr. Negative the entire offseason. Because it's fine. Go out and get everybody you want.
Yeah.
But I've seen this so many damn times, and we've talked about this so many damn times. Like, I don't believe any of it. The only thing that makes me have a thimble of Kool-Aid that I've said is I watched Cam Ward in the spring game.
Yeah.
And that was as effortless as you could be in a situation like that. And you saw things that day that we haven't seen that easily in a really long time. Yeah. So I'm going to go with that, but you can't convince me otherwise.
And off the backs,
I agree with
Roddy,
you. The trenches are great. Running
off the backs of that,
great. What?
That's the question I'm going to ask, because I want to know, Scoop. I want to know, because of Cam Ward, we're getting a lot of preseason hype. Put a percentage base on it. How much of the percentage base of the hype is due in part to Cam Ward?
I think it's less than 50 for me, to be honest with you. Because if you took Cam Ward out and plugged average college quarterback in instead, I would still think this team has a pretty high ceiling, again, because of the offensive and defensive lines. And like, Mario Cristobal is going to run the football. Mario Cristobal and Shannon Dawson as well. But like, from an identity standpoint, he wants it to be 3rd and 1. Everybody in the stadium knows we're running the ball and be able to run the ball for a first down. Which we may hate it, but that's what moves the chains. That's what moves the chains. And so I think those pieces, offensive, defensive lines, are what make me buy the most. Probably 60% of it is that. Cam Ward is the other 40 by himself. So as one guy, he is the biggest chunk. But as a quarterback, like as a position group, the quarterback is less than half of it, because the rest of it set up around. He's not going to be asked to do everything. He's going to be asked to crunch time. I need you to go win me a game. That's big, but I don't need you to win me a game in the second quarter. I need you to win me a game in the fourth quarter.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Toast. And with big wireless providers, what you see is never what you get. Somewhere between the store and your first month's bill, the price you thought you were paying magically skyrockets. With Mint Mobile, you'll never have to worry about the gotchas ever again. When Mint Mobile says $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan, they mean it. Listen, back in the day, I worked for another company that has that big V. You need to have 4 or 5 lines in order to get the good deal. All this fine print, all this crap, not with Mint Mobile. Absolutely not. To get this new customer offer, super simple. Your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/Orange Bowl. Right, Orange Bowl. We got our own keyword. That's mintmobile.com/Orange Bowl. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Orange Bowl. $45 upfront payment required. That's the equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower than 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details, but get signed up now, people.
I have a position where I think went from 0 to potentially hero on this team in comparison to last year to this year. Do you see that? Or am I the only one that's seeing it? I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I don't know that I have that. Maybe quarterback. I mean, with the quarterback issues a year ago. But what's the position?
That's a good one. I'm going to go tight
end.
end.
Is it tight end? Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah.
We had
the
like
Elijah
11,
Arroyo
11
thing
catches.
scares me though. It scares me a little bit.
But why?
Injuries.
Because of the injury?
Injury. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Last
they
year,
say he looks so good. I don't know.
4 guys. We are synonymous for tight end U. 4 guys totaled 18 catches as a position group at the University of
And
Miami.
like 7 of them were in the bowl game.
Yeah.
that 18 catches is less than the number of years Cam has been on the planet.
There you go.
By 2.
Cam McCormick is the oldest player in college football. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's what, 27?
Yeah.
I think he's 27.
He's old.
Yeah.
I've got an Elijah Arroyo question because the dude is first team get off the bus. Like he is all American get off the bus.
Mm-hmm.
From an injury standpoint, it's never quite been realized. But like from a skill set standpoint, at his best, what are we looking at here? Because I mean, I don't want to like the flashes that I've seen. I think he could be really good. But what are we looking at his best?
At his best, I mean, I don't know, guys. Do you think? I mean, is he Brevin Jordan type?
No,
I mean,
no. He's an entirely different player.
I know, but in terms of production, is he a Brevin Jordan type production type guy?
I think if he's healthy, I think he's the best tight end you've had here since.
Good.
I don't know. Somebody in like the 2010-ish era, in like 10 to 15 years.
Franks.
Yeah.
Like 10 to 15 years, I believe.
Frank's longer than that.
that we're pulling off a name when we're going Bubba Franks.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then last year too, Roddy, I was very perplexed because just the way we used tight ends. We used them a lot in our max protection. We wanted to protect the quarterback first, and the tight ends were notoriously used in our max looks. They were block first guys, then release. And I think that we got in trouble using that kind of a strategy. So I didn't know, because that's the question down here, Roddy, and that would be great for you to help us with, because it's the chicken or the egg. They'll say, well, it's just because of the talent, because he was hurt. Or is it scheme because this is how we're protecting our guy? I couldn't answer that question.
I think
it's going to get answered
Williams
this year.
Is very, very good also.
Yeah.
And then you've got the freshman coming in who is going to be your Concepcion Swiss Army knife with Lofton. That kid is so good.
Yeah.
That's our sleeper pick for you.
The other thing is, though, if you have these guys like Ray, like these kind of Swiss knife guys that you want to get on the field, the position that's going to take the hit is going to be the tight end, generally. If you got to take someone off, and there's a couple of those guys on the roster. So it's almost as if the offense has been designed to just not worry about the tight end, which is kind of tough to take if you've been a Miami fan for as long as.
No, they can block on 3rd and 1.
Well, that's all.
But everybody knows they're going to block.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
But see, that's the Xavier Restrepo influence too, because he occupies a lot of the same field that tight ends like to live at. The middle with choice routes, he's eaten up a lot of their opportunities.
But with
so it's almost like this.
And his body type, you would think he could be the extra stretch guy. Like maybe he's up the seam and Restrepo's working underneath. I don't know. But like I'd have to go back and watch Shannon Dawson at Houston to know how he used the offense, because sometimes in those air raid systems, like they don't use the tight end,
right?
Period. Like it is 10 personnel, or they use them in, TCU kind of use their tight end mostly as a blocker, and then a little bit of stuff out in the flat. So I don't know. I don't know what Shannon Dawson was at Houston. I don't remember.
Well, I'll tell you this: the last time he had a mobile quarterback, he had Clayton Tune his last year at Houston. Right,
led the team in rushing.
Dude had 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, and like 800 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
So he's been very vocal about this is the most obvious statement on the planet. If I have a good quarterback, I'm a good offensive coordinator.
So am I.
No shit. So we've seen it. And to be honest with you, Clayton Tune, not that talented.
Yeah.
Right?
Very solid college quarterback.
Good.
Very
right?
solid.
But
he also had Tank Dell was on that team too, right? Tank Dell caught a million passes.
Right. So that could be your X.
Yep.
Right? Strepo, not X receiver. Restrepo. Right? So I don't know. I feel like I'm talking myself into more of a thimble here. So I gotta bring myself back to
still the wide receivers. It was Dell with 90 receptions. He led it. The 4th down, but tight end, 37 catches
Yeah,
for
okay.
398 yards, 2 touchdowns. I
So there you
mean,
go.
better production than we had than all 4 of our tight ends last year. So
100%.
he's no stranger to it, but it did go 1, 2, 3 receiver. 4th was the tight end.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. Like I think it's that's why I love coming on and talking to you guys, because the perspective that you guys have on certain position groups is something like I hadn't thought about the tight end being an X factor. I've thought about Elijah Arroyo. I'm like, oh, I wonder what he can do. But in the context of the University of Miami, like, come on, the fact that the tight end was featured as little as you guys pointed out, it's something I'd overlook.
You mentioned the set, so I want to keep you on the line when it comes to that. At the end of the season, which personnel grouping do you think will be the most successful for Miami? Is it the 11 set, the 10 set, the 21, the 12? We'll explain that later, but what set do you think Miami could probably exploit the most in the ACC this year?
It's a great question. I actually think 12 personnel is coming back in the style. 1 back, 2 tight ends.
Well, you know, with Mario, he's going to love that.
He's going to love it. But particularly with Jacoby George and Xavier Restrepo, like if those are your 2 receivers on the field at that time, like you've got 2 legitimate threats. You've got a threat with the quarterback run. And there's a ton of creative stuff you can do with 2 tight ends formationally, and especially if you can split one of them out at times too. And if, whether it's Elijah Arroyo or one of the other guys, like I think that skill set is something that you covet. I also like the Big 12s always seems to be kind of ahead of everyone else in terms of these changes. Like they set the spread offenses, tempo, all that. That was them. The Big 12 swung heavily the other way over the last few seasons. They had 7,000-yard rushers in the Big 12 this year. And it's because the body types, like Iowa State heavily influenced that conference, the body types, and everybody. More DBs on the field, smaller linebackers, obviously defensive line, either less defensive linemen or defensive line used a little differently. So the Big 12 has already swung there. The SEC gets the best athletes. Miami is one of those schools that in the ACC that gets the best athletes. So those typically are slower to change because you can still get away with it for longer because you're getting the athletes. But that is coming back in style, and it is something to watch this year. Because I think in the NFL, the trends are, the motions and the different formations that people are using, especially, the Dolphins and what they're doing with the little cheat motion. Those are the trends there. I actually think college football is sort of swinging back the other way, where big people are hard to find. Big people are hard to play against if you don't have big people. And if you can take advantage of the way defenses have swung, then I think you can go the other way. So that's why I think Miami, who has a lot of big people, could be really successful there.
You see this? See, we are ahead of the curve bringing Mario back. It's all coming right back into his lap, bro.
Did you hear it too? Because Mario Cristobal, one of the first people he commented that he talked to was Dave Wanstead. I'm like, no, that guy ran Ricky Williams right to the ground.
Run.
What do you guys think? I mean, you
said a punt wasn't necessarily a bad play.
I'm going to throw that question back at you. What do you think?
I would love to see the running back become a featured position again. Yeah. I would love to see where you have a running back, an RB1 that gets 15 to 20 carries again.
I honestly think one of the most sneaky formations we're going to be able to have, Roddy, because of the wild card that we mentioned, is going to be a little traditional, but it's going to be 11 set. But when you add the actual Elijah into this component, Lofton, I necessarily now you morph into like 21 like that, and you have this like really multiplicative avenue here with that guy. We saw it in the spring. You go back and you look, they're putting him at halfback.
Yeah, he was playing running back.
Yeah, and then he could come in and potentially be your tight end. Plus, you keep the speed on the field. I essentially think that's going to be one of those ones where it's going to be hard because the defensive coordinator's got to declare. Yeah. And you just, am I going to keep them small? Like you said, Roddy, do we keep them small and then Miami goes big? And I think that's where we're going to have our biggest advantage. If we can keep you small and we can go big on your smalls, then we're going to run you out of the building. And that's what Mario wants to do.
Yeah. I think if you look at, and now we're getting on Lofton quite a bit. He's spectacular, bro. You have to go back and watch this. If you go and you watch his high school film, he's a tight end.
Yeah.
But he's a little smaller. Right, for a true tight end, right? I think he's 6'3" ish, 6'2", 6'3". But
what's his name, Scoop?
What? I don't know.
What's his name, Scoop?
I don't know.
Who's he rely? Florida State last year. What's
his name? What's that guy's name?
He's our version of Jakeem Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
So
anyway,
I thought, honestly, Florida State, I don't know if they had too many weapons, but I thought he was underutilized last year.
He was the best offensive player they had.
I mean, he played running back for South Carolina when he was there, significantly.
He's that
towards
guy.
the end of the year. Yeah,
he's that guy.
That's wild.
So yeah,
if he's that guy, then I completely agree, Ro.
It's amazing.
I'm with you.
It's amazing.
Gotcha.
You gotta go watch him, dude. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right. So let's ask you this. They did ACC Media. Now, do you get to vote in this preseason poll they did?
I do.
Are you one of the 170 members?
Do you vote for defensive line?
I do. I do vote for defensive line.
Okay.
I haven't seen the defensive line.
I'm just curious how Bain gets second team. That's my only gripe.
Was he second team?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're okay with everybody else not being on the first team, but that was the one guy.
Care about anybody else, but that's just ridiculous.
It's a great
that was
question.
the one guy. We're like, all right.
Who are the first teamers?
For Miami?
No. For
the
rest of the
ACC.
Oh, I don't. You're telling me to talk about other teams.
We'll get that. We'll get that answer for you.
I'm looking it up too. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Well, so here's my question for you. So they do the polling. So it's been a lot of offseason talk. Can Miami possibly make it into the playoff, 12-team playoff? We've always been talking, well, basically, if the ACC is going to get best opportunity to get two teams in the ACC champion, then maybe the second place team only has one loss or whatever, and they get in as well. The media poll has the Canes finishing third behind FSU and Clemson, and it really wasn't even close. I mean, FSU was overwhelming 81 first place votes, Clemson 55, Miami down at 17. Do you agree with that top three? Is that how you voted?
It is not how I voted. I voted Clemson 1, Miami 2, Florida State 3.
So he knows.
You believe he knows they're not for real.
Florida
he knows
State is so overrated, bro.
The Florida State thing, and look, I know that any Florida State bashing is welcome on this podcast, but the Florida State thing, the Florida State thing to me, I just think you look at that team last year, and there's a couple things that scare me. One, that team had a nucleus that had shared adversity together. Like that team's nucleus went 5-7 with the loss at home to Jacksonville State. That doesn't leave you. Like that does not leave you, that experience, and it drives you. And so they knew pain. Like that crew knew pain together, and they grew through it. They supplemented it with some really good players as well, which leads me to my second point. You look at what that team had to do to beat Clemson. You look at what that team had to do to beat Miami. Worst Clemson team we'd seen since at least 2014, maybe even 2010. They needed everything to go their way. I mean, Clemson is driving up 7. They're going to go up double digits. They're past midfield, up 7. Momentum on the drive. When Cade Klubnik gets sacked, it's not just a sack, it's a fumble. It's not just a fumble, it's return for a touchdown, tie ball game. You're talking about a 10, potentially 14-point swing. I'm fully convinced Clemson scores on that drive. Probably a touchdown, almost certainly a field goal. So look at what they had to do to beat Clemson. You look at what they had to do to beat Miami. It took them a half to realize Miami couldn't throw the ball. Like a half, they were like, oh, maybe they'll throw it. And then they can't throw it. Let's load up and stop the run. And then it still goes down to the wire. Miami has a chance to win. So you look at all that, and then you say, all right, will this team be better than it was last year? Because I think Clemson's better. I think Miami's better than they were last year. Is Florida State going to be better at quarterback? I think we've seen enough of DJ Uiagalelei to say it's unlikely.
He said it again. He said his name again.
He said
but
it
it's unlikely.
He's so good at that.
So good, he is.
Impressive.
Just wait till we get to Tennessee. If I can work in Iamaleava, I'll do that too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You were going to sound so good
keep
on the
calling
Big
him
12
unbelievable.
network in 5 years.
I don't think they're better at quarterback. They lose 2 draft picks at receiver. Will they be better there? I think they could be, the potential is there for them to be very good. Will they be better? Some of the injuries last year, maybe. We'll give it a strong maybe. They're not going to be better at running back. Trey Benson was a big play threat that Roydell Williams doesn't bring. Lawrence Toafili might bring some of it, but he brought it last year. So I don't think they're better there. I do think they're better on the offensive line. I don't think they're better on the defensive line after losing a first-round pick and then a second-day pick in Braden Fisk. They may be very, very good, but I don't think they're better. They're better at corner. I think they're as good at safety. They're probably not going to be as good at linebacker. They're much less experienced. So I just think all of that you lump in, and the fact that a lot of this nucleus are mercenaries. Like we kind of accuse the other guys of being mercenaries, but they're 1-year transfer guys. And I think they have more of those guys that are sort of that 1 year looking to prove something than like Miami, who has maybe some 1 year guys, but like they've already proven it. And so you've seen their track record. So that's why I'm not as hot on Florida State. I think they, I wouldn't be shocked if they ended up in the championship game. But right now I've got them behind Miami and Clemson.
Who's your sleeper pick for the ACC this year as far as team?
I think outside of those three, I think it's probably NC State. NC State's got some holes on defense that they have to fill, but Tony Gibson's a tremendous defensive coordinator. They did what they did last year, winning 9 games without a quarterback, basically. Like, they got terrible quarterback play from Brennan Armstrong. It got a little better with MJ Morris, but not much. Then MJ Morris dipped. They went back to Brennan Armstrong. They had no running game. They had one receiver, Casey Concepcion, who was their running game and their best receiver. So they're going to be significantly improved on the offensive side of the ball with Grayson McCall. Jordan Waters comes over from Duke, who is productive there. So I would say NC State would be my next sleeper.
And in terms of quarterbacks, Davey O'Brien at the end of the year, and I remember this from last year too, because we were really singing the praise of Tyler.
Yeah.
And obviously Tyler and gets with another ACC guy, former year ago, Phil Longo. He's out there in Wisconsin. They just named him as the starter up there. Had some choice words. We're not going to get into that. But in terms of in the ACC, who are 3 quarterbacks that could potentially be up for the Davey O'Brien Award at the end of the year?
So I think realistically, Cam Ward certainly would be probably the first one that I would throw out there. Haynes King at Georgia Tech, I think could be in there as well. Sneaky had a really good season last year. Like, he's got a stat line that in Power 5, only he and Jaden Daniels did. It was 2,800 yards passing, 25 passing touchdowns, 700 yards rushing, and 10 rushing touchdowns. 2 dudes did it. It was him and Jaden Daniels. Now, he threw 16 picks last year. That number has to come down significantly. But I think Haynes King could be in there as well. And then the third one, there's a couple. Like, I think you go Kyron Drones, Grayson McCall, Preston Stone at SMU, depending on the kind of season that they have.
We're Rhett Lashley fans.
And yeah, we love Rhett Lashley. And Cade Klubnik. I think Cade Klubnik would probably be at the top of that list. I think Cade Klubnik's poised for a big year, man. I really do. I think we have gotten ahead of ourselves with the Cade Klubnik narrative.
Are they going to run the Clemson offense, or are they going to run the Riley offense?
It's a great question. Probably a little bit of both, but either way, two very different things. And we'll see. We will see. But either way, he was a first-year starter last year, made some really public and crucial time mistakes. He'll have his same offensive coordinator for the second year in a row. It's the first time in his college career he's had that. Now, he hadn't been in college that long, but having that, you would think there's going to be some development, time on task, like just seeing the snaps, seeing the defenses, being in those moments. I think he grows from that, because the end of the Florida State game, into the Miami game, were mistakes, big mistakes. So I think he grows from that. And then I think there'll be better around him. So I'm really high on Cade Klubnik this year.
All right, so let me ask you this. As a phenomenal broadcaster that you are, you definitely had to spend at least a weekend or two doing a deep dive on the 3 new teams, SMU, Cal, and Stanford. We probably know a little bit more about SMU because of Lashley and the amount of Miami players that have actually gone over there in the portal. But of those 3 teams, who will Miami fans be the most surprised of actually being a pretty decent squad this year? And we have Cal on the road, like week 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's week 6. It's Cal, to be honest. Like, SMU is going to be really good. And I got my deep dive with SMU last year. I did their game against Navy the last week of the regular season, and then I did their game in the American Championship game. And like, just a moment on Rhett Lashley. I know you guys are big fans. Like, that dude and his staff, they are tremendous, man. And I'm not just saying that because of how they treat us. I'm saying it because of how they treat everybody. Like, I was there 2 weeks in a row, home and on the road. You just watch how they treat people, and it's awesome. You watch how they treat the players. It's awesome. It's phenomenal. They're doing it the right way. So I'm really rooting for them, and they're going to be good. Cal's really good. They've got a running back in Jaden Ott, who is in the running to be the best running back in the league. You've got a quarterback battle. Chandler Rogers comes over from North Texas, where he threw for 3,300 yards last year in North Texas. And Fernando Mendoza, who started 5 games for him, very up and down, but
Does
kind
he
of
bat over 200?
Isn't he from down here?
He is not above the Mendoza line. He is from
Didn't he
down
go
here.
down?
South
Isn't he
Florida
from?
guy.
He's from down here, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I don't know what high
Sorry,
school he
sorry.
went to, but he's from down there.
I don't
Yes.
remember.
That was a
No,
good
didn't
one.
he go to Columbus?
I think that's right. We just talked to him about it. That feels right.
I'm pretty
Feels
sure
right.
he went to Columbus.
That feels right. We're gonna go with that.
Rose looking it up.
But offensively,
High
I
school
think they should
Columbus.
be-
Yes.
There you go.
there you
Look
go.
at that. I knew
Offensively-
something. I knew something. Look at me.
I think they should be good. Defensively, they were bad last year. I think they'll improve there, and the offenses in the ACC are not going to be on the whole as good as the offenses in the Pac-12 were last year. Like they went through a murderer's row of offenses, and they gave up some. The offenses that were able to get to them really ran up the score on them. Oregon scored like 63. Washington scored, over 50. USC scored 50 in a 50-49 win. Colorado put up big numbers against them, and they won that game. But ultimately, like I think Cal's going to be pretty
good
darn
on the road. So I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Just going.
Canes have to go to Tampa.
I hate that so much. God, I hate that. Like I thought, there's nothing that drives me crazier than ACC teams going on the road to a group of 5 schools. And I'm sure this was a contractual thing that predates Dan Radakovich, who was my athletic director at Georgia Tech. But like, Dan, we gotta be big boy program. We gotta buy out that game. We gotta get out of it. We can't be going on the road to South Florida. What are we doing?
Well,
Scoop says we're
Scoops-
gonna lose.
yeah, he's got that as now. He's full
Look
disclosure. That's his alma mater.
Go Bulls.
And full disclosure, Alex Golish is like my offensive coordinator spirit animal. I love the way
100%.
that guy. Baylor spread derivative. That guy is an exotic cheetah down inside the red zone. I love the way the guy calls the game. I love him at Tennessee. I think he's going to be better this year. Defensively, I think we're going to be okay because their defense has some holes. They gave up, like, there was 3 games in a row where they lost like by over
Did you
50
watch
points.
the end of the
Or
season
they gave
with
up
that
50
team?
points.
Did you watch the end of
Yeah,
the season with the
They
USF
had some
Bulls?
helter skelter.
We got a problem. We got a problem going to Tampa. I'm just telling you.
I don't love that. Hey, look at what happened to Alabama last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
he
we
doesn't love it
know,
either.
we
He
know,
thinks we're
yeah.
going to lose too. He's
We
just
know.
I do
telling
not
you.
think you're going to lose. If you, I said it. If Miami's 5-2 going into Florida State, I am disappointed. I am disappointed. If they are worse than that, I'm
So
sounding
is the
alarms.
athletic department.
Yeah,
Get in
no
line.
kidding. I don't like going to South Florida. They're going to win that game, but I don't like it because look, they may give up 40, but they should score 80 in that game. I mean, USF's going to go so fast, and that defense, like their defense a year ago, from what I remember, I haven't done a deep dive into South Florida, but their defense a year ago was what kept them from winning more games. They were 6.
sure.
Weren't they 6 and 7, 7 and 6?
I don't know.
Right around there. We can
They're
look
really
that
good
up
at the end
for
of
you.
the year.
Yeah, they might have won the bowl game, so we'll go 7.
Oh,
and 6.
they beat Syracuse by like 60.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
they did. They sure did. Syracuse also didn't have a quarterback. Like they
It's fine.
functionally didn't have one. They were
Yeah,
playing.
I mean, they could have just run the ball the entire time and run the clock down.
They tried. They tried. They couldn't do it.
Roddy, one of my favorite things about I love the irrationality of just college fan bases in general, the boosters, everything. And there's a new element that I think is fascinating with expansion. ACC's got 17 teams. Big Ten's got 18. No divisions. Someone's going to finish in 17th place. Like, how do you, as a coach, how do you recover from that? Like, I don't even care if it's your first year, bro. How do you recover from finishing in 17th place? Gig.
I had
Like,
not
if you're
thought about
Stanford or
that.
Indiana, like dead last 18th place, like, bro.
I hope so bad we just have a tie for 14th with like 4 teams.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I don't want to see somebody finish in 17.
Yeah,
That hurts.
Somebody's
me.
got to do it.
right.
That's bad. Somebody's got to do it.
Brutal.
Somebody's got to fall on that
It
sword.
might be Colorado.
Not everybody
Might
can
be.
be a dragon rider.
Might be.
Oh,
Amen to that. Oh, I don't know.
South
man.
Florida was 7-6 last year.
7-6,
All
yeah,
right.
7-6
Yeah.
with the win. in the
7-6. Well, you put him on the spot. I just want to put him on the spot for something real quick. Okay, so Jim Phillips retires tomorrow. You are elevated to the ACC commissioner.
Wow! it's a
Congratulations.
big race.
Well done.
There's an inevitable some conference alignment talk, some conference cannibalists out there. How do we salvage this? What does
I think-
Commissioner Jones do?
I go down I go down with the ship. Like, we are fighting this in court until the absolute last moment. We're not setting a price to get out of this league. And it might be uncomfortable, but while all of that it goes on in the background, I think you continue to try and change the narrative. It's honestly not far from the playbook that Jim Phillips is trying to do right now. The narrative has gotten away from Jim Phillips and the ACC because of the lawsuits. There is a perception out there that the Big 12 is a better place to be. Like, oh, Florida State could just go to the Big 12. Well, why would Florida State do that? If Florida State stays in the ACC will stay together, and it's a better place. Like, the ACC is going to distribute over $50 million in the near future in revenue. It was $44 or $45 million in the last fiscal year that they have numbers for. That's not the 23-24 year. That's the 22-23 year. They've had a number of revenue drivers, or a number of things revenue-wise that they have tried, that they have successfully done in the ACC that'll continue to boost that. It's increased revenue from the college football playoff. You're going to get the ACC Network revenue from getting California and Texas as in-state rates, which boosts it. I think Jim Phillips said $600 million over the next like 8 to 10 years. That's significant. And so the ACC is going to be over $50 million in revenue distribution pretty soon, probably 23, 24, but if not 20, then it's going to be 24, 25. You've also got a pot of $25 million in the Success Initiative. So if Miami or Florida State or whoever continues to be good at football and basketball, like, you're going to get rewarded for that financially. So you could be looking at mid 50s, close to $60 million in media distribution. Big 12 ain't getting close to that, not close. And so I think that's kind of gotten away from the ACC. The Big 12 lost their two biggest brands, and somehow we look at them as like, oh, they're the clear number 3. Like, what? Like, the ACC still has brands. And that's sort of what I would go out there with. Like, no, we're not comparing ourselves to the Big 12, because we are not the Big 12. We're $20 million ahead in terms of media rights distribution. We have brands that people care about. What's the biggest football brand in the Big 12 right now? It was Colorado. It would have been Colorado. Yeah. Like,
yeah,
Utah,
probably Oklahoma State. Yeah, maybe.
Oklahoma State. Like, Oklahoma State was like the 5th biggest brand in its own state like a few years ago. That's not true. They're always number 2 behind Oklahoma, but like a distant 2. So, I think I would go on the offensive. I don't think expansion is the way to go necessarily. Like, if you can pick off some Big 12 teams, that I think is a path to success. UCF, Cincinnati, and West Virginia academics, like, we're going to turn up our nose at them. But those 3 schools have been basically begging to get in the ACC for forever. Would love to be in the ACC, I think. Maybe that calculus has changed some, but from a travel standpoint, would you rather go to Arizona multiple times, and obviously Texas and Utah, and the travel is much worse than having 2 schools way out there and having to go there once every other year. So I don't know, that's kind of the offensive that I would go on.
I like it.
And
anyone can take FSU. We don't care. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're talking their way right out of the league.
I know we're Miami fans. Now, I know we're Miami fans, but they keep driving this wedge, and they keep driving this narrative that they're not happy. But it really stems from they felt like they were kind of hung out to dry during this playoff selection thing. Now, perception and their perception's reality. They felt like jilted lovers there, so they have an axe to grind. And it just seems like, I don't know, you have to. They are a big brand of the ACC. They're bigger in the. This is so. I can't believe I'm about to say this. But they're a bigger synonymous brand with the ACC than Miami because of longevity. They've been part of the ACC longer than us. They have won this conference. We have not. So they are a bigger brand for the ACC. So I almost feel like you kind of have to go up and be like, if we want to keep this together and go with your initiative and go on the offensive, and I love it. But it almost seems like we got to make them a little bit happy. I don't know how that looks like behind closed doors. I don't know how that looks like publicly. But in order for this to be solvent, I think it's really riding on the backs of FSU, whether they stay or they go.
I could not agree more. And Clemson, it's funny because we never talk about Clemson and all this because of the way that Clemson has done this. Like, Clemson filed their lawsuit, and Graham Neff, their athletic director, has been invisible. He has been a ghost. Like, he has not done media. He didn't talk to anybody at ACC spring meetings. He wasn't at ACC media day. And I know Graham, and he was very, as open as he can be, saying to me, like, look, man, I got to lay low. That is the complete opposite of what Florida State has done. Mm-hmm. I just can't help but think, and this has got to be the frustrations of Jim Phillips, like, had Florida State never filed that lawsuit, we would be talking about issues that the ACC has, but I feel like the league could be operating from a position of strength in its issue solving. Like we would have a football issue, not an existential "are we going to exist" issue.
The only reason why folks are calling the Big 12 number 3 is because of FSU's lawsuit.
Agreed. Yes, 100%.
And I tell you what, Roddy, it's fascinating to see other administrators publicly calling them out as bad partners. We've never seen that before. Like that's so. All right. Well, listen, man. We know you said you had till 9:30, so we're gonna get you out of here. As always, man, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for giving us some time.
No, don't leave.
It has been great chatting, guys. I appreciate it. We got first day of school tomorrow, so I got to go book bags and
what the hell
lunches.
are you talking about?
July 3rd, August 1st.
It's August 1st.
First day of school tomorrow. Yep.
When did
after
you get
Labor
out?
Day?
February?
It's okay. I wish. Actually, no, I'm glad we didn't get out. When did we get out? I think like it was early. It was early May, I think.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I'm out a month early.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, appreciate it, boys.
All right, man. Have a great one,
dude.
Roddy. Take
As
care,
always.
man.
See y'all.
Really appreciate it.
Bange.
I've been banging, boys. You know why I'm banging? Because Paul Bange, I know the number by heart. 561-954-305-981-ROOF. 981-ROOF. You know who to call. What's his name, Scoop? Say it with me.
Hey, I'm Paul.
And give him a call.
Give me a call,
Paul
baby.
Bange Roofing. Huge Miami Hurricane fans. And I'll tell you this right now. It doesn't matter. They're not going to discriminate. You are a Gator. You're a Seminole. You're an Owl. You're a Bull. It doesn't matter. You're in the South Florida area. And if you have a roof leak, because it is hurricane season, it's blue tarp season, give your boy a call. Give Paul a call. Bange.
And go over to manscaped.com. Use
I called
promo
him
code
twice
OBB.
this week, by the way.
Whoa.
Call.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Call him.
All right.
I called him twice. I needed help for 2 of my listings. Bange. Go.
Bange.
Manscaped.com. OBB is a promo code. Get 20% off. Whatever you want to get it, or get the lawnmower, get the preserver, get it all. Just, man, take care of your balls. They need your help. And listen, they have everything for the body as well. They got the beard stuff. If your beard's a little bit too rough and the girl's complaining that it's giving her a little, rub rash there when you're doing your little makeout sessions, soften that bad boy up a little bit. Manscaped, promo code OBB. Scoop, you got packages for me?
Packages. Beatingthebookie.com. Get your packages. We got football coming right up. He's been crushing the Olympics, which is pretty interesting, right? So I don't know if you've been watching, but he's been crushing the Olympics. It's pretty cool. I mean, I paid more attention to some of the stuff that I've never seen in my life. Did you guys see the end of the women's rugby?
Oh my God, yes, the last play.
Holy shit.
And I have a question for you.
Coolest things I've ever seen.
If that woman, you know who I'm talking about, the rugby woman, that
Mhm.
rugby woman, and Derrick Henry had a baby together.
Right. I've seen that.
Would that not be the most unstoppable force on the planet?
She's not even the best player on a rugby team. It's that
I don't care.
Mayhem girl or whatever.
Well, she's not even the one who scored that final touchdown.
I know. Yeah.
Bro, that was epic.
And dude, the fact that how about Australia? Like that's your sport.
Their
and
dream
we beat
team
them for
just-
the bronze. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
their dream
amazing.
team
That was
just-
fun.
That was
That
good
was
shit.
fun. It
Good
was
shit.
So I can't wait for
Only
track
thing
and
missing?
field, to be honest with you.
The only thing missing was Al Michaels on the call. That's it.
Yeah.
Do you believe in miracles?
Yeah. But that's been fun stuff. So beating
Yeah.
Boogies, he's had all kinds of plays for that. A lot of swimming stuff. You know,
A lot of swimming stuff.
he was a very accomplished swimmer. So he's been really following that and giving out some tips on that. And it's been pretty cool. I saw Ledecky win by like 9 miles today again.
Mhm. You know, she has the
hasn't-
top
she
20
hasn't-
times of all time in that.
She
event.
hasn't lost that race in like 15 years.
She has
That's
the
true.
top 20 all time times.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, are you kidding me?
Dude, the first heat, her qualifying heat, she was a full length of the pool in front of number 2.
It's wild.
It was insane.
You
And
got
what's
somebody
even
breaking
crazier,
Michael
so they have
Phelps
the-
records.
Yeah, that young French guy.
The Frenchman,
Yeah.
Marchand's, he's going to crush all of them. It's not even going to be close. Like, it's pretty wild.
He came over here and has the same coach.
And
that,
they say
coach,
they
yeah.
say
Michael
that
Phelps
these
did.
times in this pool are slow because of the
Mhm.
depth, which is
Yeah.
even more ridiculous because this kid's like crushing everything.
Listen, I am all about. I want to place bets on how many triathletes are going to have vomiting and diarrhea from the E. coli they got from the Seine today.
Oh, did they go in today?
They went in today and they did it. Yeah. Suddenly it was clean. Sure. It
Oh,
was.
all of a sudden it was clean?
All of a sudden
Well,
there's no shit.
that's how
in
they
there.
pitched
Yeah.
it to the Olympic Committee because they said they'd spend $1 billion cleaning
Yeah.
up that
$1 billion,
river.
and then they something happened and it all ran back in like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oui.
How about the trans dudes beating up on the women?
Bro, like
Well,
I can't.
and
I
that
can't
was
believe
the
there's two
best-
boxers in there. Like, are you
And
kidding me?
that was beating the bookie since we're literally
That's real
talking
life,
about beating
real
the bookie
life.
because
They
he was
like-
like,
You can bet on
listen, despite the outrage, I just want to know
Yeah.
how I can bet on him.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
I was like, oh,
They
that's a
let
gold
them-
medal right there. That was a gold medal
Oh
tweet.
my God. What are we
Unbelievable.
doing? It's made it to the Olympics, for Christ's sake.
Well, the IBA, I think the IBA had banned them, and the Olympics like disassociated itself from the IBA, so they're letting them in. It's like what is going? I don't even. Whatever. We're not getting into it.
Yeah.
All right, there's
That's
some other
something
good
we
audio.
should get into.
Yeah,
I'm happy to get into that.
I'll get into it.
Dudes shouldn't play women's sports. That's as
100%.
clear as you can fucking get.
100%. I don't understand why that's like a controversial.
It's not. It shouldn't even be controversial.
I don't
So
know.
I'm happy to
close.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to women's safety.
Did you see that Ledecky doesn't even kick?
Yeah,
Did you see like the underwater camera? And she's like,
she's just cruising, man. She knows
how does
nobody
she
can
do
beat her.
that? Like her feet don't even move. It's amazing.
Did you guys see Snoop calling badminton?
No, but I
Snoop's
saw him doing
amazing.
some stuff
Snoop
earlier.
can narrate.
Listen,
I've told you
so-
this in the past. Snoop can narrate anything, and I'll
Well, and
watch.
apparently him and Martha Stewart are calling the dressage and the equestrian together.
Amazing.
So Jenner's just an FYI. You might want to look for that audio when that event goes down. But apparently they're the broadcast team. Do you know who called? This is the best thing, bro. So surfing is occurring in Tahiti, French Polynesia, 10,000 miles away. You know who got the broadcast deal for that one?
I saw this
Colin fucking Jost
from
So-
SNL.
So he's over there
In Tahiti.
with his wife in Tahiti for the Olympics. Yeah,
And his
how about
wife
that? Yeah,
Is Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
Not a bad gig.
Oh,
not
Not
a
really?
bad gig. Yeah.
By the way, backing up real quick, I do have the audio of Snoop Dogg calling badminton.
Oh, fucking let's go.
There you go.
Oh, I love this badminton right here. This is a great rally right here between China and the U.S. right here. As you see, it don't stop to the casket drop. They rocking and rolling, back and forth. Give me that. No, I need that. No, over here. No, over there. What about over there? No, what about there? No, give me that. I need that. That too. No, sit down, senor. Get out. Wait a minute. Hold it. Way up in the sky. Now down. Back up. Over there. Now over here. Get out the way. Move. I told you we need that. That was a good point.
Outstanding.
that is brilliant.
Outstanding.
That's the best thing I've ever heard him call.
Oh my god.
Way up in the
Anything.
sky.
Anything.
It's
He
right
can
up there when he
narrate
did
anything.
the nature videos.
Oh, the nature videos was
Oh.
good. The one where the one, like, I think it was an iguana running away from a
Oh my
snakes.
God,
All the
yeah.
snakes. It was the most epic audio you could ever find in here.
Oh, what else we got for audio there, Jenners?
Oh, goodness. You want to do Paul Feinbaum telling Matt Rule to stay in his lane?
Absolutely.
I think 4 teams from this league should get in every year because this is the best league. This is the NFL of college football on my mind. It stretches from coast to coast, different time zones, different weather. That's not to diminish any other league. The SEC is amazing. These other leagues are great, but the challenge in the Big Ten is going to be really difficult.
Matt, stay in your lane, okay? Job one, win enough games to get to some stupid bowl game. Don't worry about the big boys because you're not one of them. We saw what you did in the NFL. You were a complete disaster in Carolina. You somehow got this job in Nebraska, and you're talking like you belong at the table with Ohio State and Georgia. You don't. Just try to win maybe 6 games. Quit choking big games on the final play and leave the punditry to the professionals. Thank you.
Oh, no, this is not good.
What?
That was a
I gotta be
five
honest.
bomb.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm not sure how to say this politely. Like talking about staying in your lane, like that dude needs to shut the fuck up.
Who?
Feinbaum, Finnebaum, whatever his name is.
That
What
is his
you call
lane.
Finnebaum.
That's
That's
not
his
his lane.
lane.
Like
That's his
he's got
lane.
no room to talk, dude. He literally has no room to talk about anything. What is what has he ever done?
He's the
athletically.
SEC, he's the SEC football analyst commentator guy. That's his lane to talk about all these guys.
No,
That's
he's
what they
not
pay
his
him
lane
for.
to tell. He's not to tell a guy to say. It's his lane to be able to either But no. I think it's totally out of bounds.
Millions of dollars a year to host that ridiculous radio show, and to do these SEC network shows, and that's his lane, is to make fun of Matt Rule. That is his lane.
No room to talk.
He's I don't know if it's a lane to take the shit that Lane Kiffin gives you when he comes on the week before.
I don't really know what you're good at.
That's right. Nothing. But he's going to talk about other people.
The lane that he takes is obviously the SEC pace car, right? That's his lane, and he's just protecting the mothership. I don't think it's such a crazy comment in itself. And I get you, Scoop, because he's calling out a coach, right? A coach that actually is on the field, that lives it, breathes it, walks it, talks it. And this guy's literally saying, "Stay in your lane." He's like, "No." The natural response is, "No, you stay in your lane." But it's just, he's an SEC shill. He gets paid for it handsomely. And of course, that's going to be his response. Of course, that's going to be his response from a middle of the road Big Ten team.
But you got to realize, for Matt Rule, man, you're not Matt Rule coming off of Baylor. You're Matt Rule, went to the NFL, got the #1 draft pick and broke him and got fired. So, just stop. Paul's right. Win some games before you start freaking talking.
Well, first of all, he should have been the #1 draft pick. Let's start there.
But he was Scoop.
I'm just saying. I mean, really, that was the best guy in the draft that year.
He's a quarterback guru.
Who was that?
Fucking Bryce
USC
Young.
kid. Wasn't it the USC kid?
No, they took Bryce Young from Alabama.
That rule wasn't there then.
Carolina?
I think so.
That's who they
that
had.
rule wasn't. Bryce Young was there.
I wouldn't have taken
first
Bryce
year
Young.
was last year.
Bryce Young's the right-handed Tua. I wouldn't have took Tua either. So
Bryce Young was there 1 year last year. Matt Rule was already gone. He was already
gone. So who did he?
No,
have?
he got that dude from USC.
Darnold?
Yeah.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
That's a
Who
long
was
time
starting
ago.
who was starting over JJ McCarthy in Minnesota right now in camp.
That won't last long. I know. I have seen a lot of pick sixes out of JJ.
We'll see.
Early.
All right. What else we got? Any good audio, Jen, before we do 5 questions?
I'm going to do one more. Do you guys know who Frank the Tank is?
Yes, from Barstool.
Big dude. Not you.
Mets fan.
Not you, Ro.
Okay.
Not you, Ro. Big Mets fan. Apparently, Sal Licata from WFAN cursed the Mets in 2022 when he said the NL East is over. And then they ended up collapsing and losing the East that year. Well, after they lost the first 2 games to the Braves, beat the Braves first 2 games, the NL wildcard race is over. At which point the Mets fell apart. One of their best pitchers got hurt. They got outscored 15-1. Well, Frank melted down. And when I say melted down, at some point he loses the grasp of the human language here.
Sal Licata, you fucking asshole! You motherfucker! You fucking did it again! You fucking did it again! You fucked the Mets again! Stop fucking the Mets, you goddamn motherfucking brain fucking goddamn fucking motherfucker! The Mets did the season fucking over! It's over, Ryan Stanton, you fucking suck! Giving up goddamn motherfucking home runs! It's fucking over! Everything had his fingerprint is a fucking goddamn Sal Licata fucking did it again! Why you shouldn't fucking tweet anything anymore this fucking day! Get your goddamn motherfucking team! My team ain't gonna fucking get out!
How come he sounds like a girl?
Dude. Listen, I think anyone that has seen Frank the Tank go on these rants, the first question that pops into my head is, it's amazing he gets through these without having a heart attack.
Yeah, I was thinking.
And that's all you're waiting for. That's all you're waiting
he's still
for.
alive.
Just for him just to keel over and seize up. Because, dude.
Why you shouldn't fucking tweet anything anymore this fucking day!
That wasn't English. That's not English.
There's no way.
Hold on, you pulled that for us, right?
Yeah.
I need that. I need that at least 3 times a show.
Why you shouldn't fucking tweet anything anymore this fucking day!
I don't even know what he said.
Nobody does.
It's not English.
Oh, boy.
He's speaking high Valyrian.
Oh, my God. Damn.
That's a good pull.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's bang out some 5 questions and get the fuck out of here.
Let's
go.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Why you shouldn't fucking
Full
tweet
disclosure.
anything anymore this fucking day!
All right.
Oh, my God.
You are a transformer, a robot in disguise. You are a Decepticon or an Autobot. A Decepticon's a bad one, Scoop. A Autobot is a good one.
Okay. Thank you.
What are you transforming? So I need to know if you're going to be an Autobot or a Decepticon, and what are you transforming into?
Or you mean, what am I before I
Yeah, you get to
transform
pick
into
whatever-
my thing? Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to transform
I
into?
know what I am. I'm a fucking saxophone. So when I'm not transformed, I'm getting blown all day long.
Are you? So you're an Autobot saxophone?
I'm a saxophone, yeah. So when I'm in my saxophone state, I'm just being blown, and then I become I transform and fight crime.
I'm gonna give Scoop a little bit of a mulligan here and have other people answer before it gets to him because he's so confused on the question. But
I have no
Jennings,
idea
what
what's
would you
going on.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I always loved Starscream, so I'd go old school Jet and be a Decepticon. Bad guy, Jet, go blow some shit up. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't understand. Those two answers don't jive. They don't make sense.
I just have no idea what my answer was. I just saxophone.
See, I'm close to you because I'm going to be an Autobot, but I'm going to be a Raptor, like the flying one, simply because the Autobots are always cars. So I actually want to be a good guy who flies. So that's my answer, an Autobot.
I need your help on this, Jenners, please.
Do you want to be a good guy or bad guy, Scoop?
That's not what I need.
He needs another question.
Oh, I know exactly.
No, come on.
Everybody else liked it. Everybody else answered the question.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I need something else.
No,
We're doing
that's a
5
stupid
questions.
question.
It's a question.
Stupid question.
That's a stupid fucking question.
It is a stupid
I
fucking
can't do
question.
this.
There
I
you
can't
go.
do this.
All right, you suck. You are going back to the Stone Age, question 2, and you can only take one current technology with you. Which one is it?
All right.
Ooh.
I think I'm taking a lighter. Just because I don't want to have to deal with like that whole smacking rocks together and hoping to get a spark. Like, let's be honest, I'm not going to get that done. I'm just not going to succeed at that. So I need a lighter.
Is that
like a
technology?
Zippo with unlimited fluid.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fires,
Unlimited
that,
fluid.
right? Yeah. You go in there with nothing, you're naked.
That's pretty clever.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't need anything else. That is fully self-sufficient and useful and supports itself in what it does.
100%. Yeah. And there's no like Wi-Fi and shit out there. There's no internet. So what's
that's part of like, okay, so we're talking about technology. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if you take
you're
your
going to the
phone,
Stone Age.
like I'd like to take my phone, but
Who
how
you
do I use
texting?
my phone?
If I'm going to throw it at something,
How do I use it?
it's a weapon.
Right.
You hunt with it.
Yeah.
I think just self-serving. I'm taking one functional AC, one window
Well, that's
shaker
not a bad. Yeah. What do you plug that into, bro?
with electricity. Just that's it.
Well, see, there you go. See, that's not self-sufficient.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm combining. This is my questions.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm
Fine.
just gonna.
We can
I'm
distort
gonna
the
move.
facts
I'm
here.
gonna hike to a cold weather place and bring my lighter with me.
Okay,
That way, I won't need AC.
one functioning AC.
Jenners.
First thing I thought of was a toothbrush. I don't know why. 'Cause the idea of being somewhere unable to brush my teeth just made me like.
I was talking to somebody today. Who said something brilliantly funny, and now I can't think of what it was. And I said, I'm going to use that in the show tonight, and I forgot it. Anyway, so you were talking about Survivor and how she wants to do Survivor. She's done a couple shows like that. And she's like, but I don't know if I can go without brushing my teeth. And I said, you can't brush your teeth on Survivor? And she said, no. I was like, oh, that's not good. Oh, no, this is not good. Like,
well, Scoop would go there.
Oh,
because
no,
here's
this is
one
not
thing.
good.
Everyone can bring one thing. I think you'd have to bring chapstick.
yeah, I don't use chapstick anymore. But
Oh, okay.
man, I can't think what I was supposed to say. It was so
He's
good,
0 for
too.
2. Hey,
It was brilliantly
Jenners,
funny.
can you hit the other button as far as AI, Scoop?
I don't think some about
That's
that's
a
not going to
stupid
happen.
fucking answer.
Tanner.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right. Next question.
Obviously, Elon is trying to make humanity multi-planetary. Okay. So we're now on Mars, and there's NFL football on Mars. What's the name of your Mars football team?
The Rovers.
Okay.
That's not a bad name. Not a bad name.
Mine's the Total Recalls.
Oh, there you go.
And you know what our logo is? 3 hands.
Fucking juvenile.
Oh. Oh my goodness, if you get that reference, just shout out to us. Hey, baby, you make me wish I had 3 hands.
We'll call them the Fighting Matt Damons in honor of Martian.
That was a great movie.
I like that
Dude,
movie. I totally, anytime the movie's
somebody
on,
made
I
a
will watch
meme.
it.
Somebody made a meme of saying the amount of money and resources we have spent as humans just to get back Matt Damon has been incredible. Because if you think about it, in that we spent like so much money to get him back. He was stuck in space, and then he was part of Interstellar. He was saving Private Ryan. But our job is to go ahead and save Matt Damon.
Can we call them the Marvins?
Oh, there you go. I like that.
There you go.
The Marvins.
There you go. Scoop's going 0 for 3.
I said the Rovers.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's very noteworthy.
All right, what's next?
You are the DJ to the world's largest party. What's your first song?
Well, so this is the first song of the set.
Yep, it's just the
Kicking
world's
everything
largest
off?
party. You are the
party.
DJ, and you are starting this is your first song down the.
Oh, what's the name of the song?
I'm going because this is the first thing when I made this question. I actually wrote out my answer already because this is the first thing that came to mind. Shake What Your Mama Gave You by the Poison Clan. Why not? Shake What Your Mama Gave You.
See, I'm thinking of a DJ set, and you want to kind of come in and grab. I'm thinking I'm for a worldwide party. I think vocals are pointless. I think I'm coming in with an old school, one of the original old school beats. I'm coming in with Josh Wink's Higher State of Consciousness.
Okay. I will
And
say,
by the way,
that
did
was the
anyone
first thing
see
that
fucking Celine Dion singing on the fucking Eiffel Tower?
Holy shit.
Oh my God, dude.
First of all, a year ago, she couldn't even talk.
No, I know.
So
Insane.
the fact that she could sing and then do that.
So we're going with a
imagine
Celine
how
Dion
emotional
song?
that was.
Bro,
for
I
her.
watched that shit like 10 times in a
Heart
row.
goes on.
Oh my God, bro.
So what's your first DJ song?
I know the song, can't think of the song. What was the dude? He was like from Asia.
Oh, I know who.
Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
That one, the
Gangnam
largest
Style.
party in the world. I'm playing that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Hey,
That's a good one.
sexy lady. Oppa Gangnam Style.
I have 2 other ones though.
What?
Based on Miami Hurricanes, I'd go with What's the Fox Say?
Okay.
Remember that one?
God,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
At the end of the
Christ.
first quarter, right? Where the student
Yeah.
section goes crazy.
Mhm.
And I like Prodigy.
Fuck yeah, Prodigy.
To listen
What,
to
Firestarter
the
or-
world's largest party to do Zombie Nation, that would be
Firestarter from
kind
Prodigy.
Dude, so I remember seeing them at
Fire
one of the very
starter.
first ultras down at Bayfront.
Oh, that's a
I
rave.
saw them too. Same thing.
Yep. Yeah, fucking amazing.
He's a
Prodigy,
recognizable dude.
goddamn.
Yeah, you can still point. It came out in a roster real quick.
Yeah.
Question number 5.
Wait,
You
didn't,
get to-
didn't the singer Project or didn't he kill himself? The Project guy.
Prodigy?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, no, he's dead, but I don't know if he killed himself.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe not
Yeah,
that
it wasn't
long.
didn't
Probably
happen long
overdose.
ago.
I mean, that
Keith-
kinda counts
Keith
as, like,
Flint,
killing
yeah,
yourself.
2019.
5 years ago.
Yep.
You get to learn, question 5, a new language instantly. Okay. What's the language? And then you get to interview somebody with that new language. Who is it? So what's
you
your new
invent a
language?
new language?
I got it.
You can instantly learn a new language, and then you can instantly interview anybody you want with that new language. Where are you going?
I got it. Mandarin and the dude who sings that song.
I think he's Korean though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not gonna
Is
help
that a
much.
different language?
Sure.
It's an absolutely different language. Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
So Koreans speak Korean?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
No, I'm
Yes,
serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So who
Yeah.
speaks Mandarin?
Chinese.
Chinese.
Only Chinese?
Yes, I believe.
Okay.
I think that might only be in a part of China, Mandarin. I think there's different.
Mandarin
But like
is
a lot of
spoken
the
in
world speaks
a
Mandarin.
lot of countries. Chinese, Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia.
Say Korea.
No,
No,
Korea.
there's no Korean. No, they had their own language. Yeah.
Koreans,
Sure.
they speak
That
Korean.
interview is going to go real well.
They also had their own barbecue, Korean barbecue. Mhm.
I want to be. I want to be fluent in Spanish, not just Spanglish. I want to be fluent in Spanish, and I wish I had the opportunity, and have the opportunity to interview Pele.
I think he's dead.
Just be cool. Learn Spanish. Yeah, that's what I said. If I had the opportunity.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We can interview dead people now.
I guess I just
mean, you see him,
renegotiated
might as
that
well be able
question.
to interview him.
Yeah.
What would I?
That was such a
I don't know
plot
what language
twist.
I want to learn. You know, all right, I'm going to say German. That way I can
Okay.
speak because I got half my family speaks German. Well, you know what? Then the other half speaks fucking Portuguese. You know what? I'm going to go German. I'm going to go German.
Stay
And
in
then
your
I am
lane,
going to
okay?
interview in German. I'm going to interview Rammstein.
Ooh.
And we're going
pretty
to
good.
talk all about the writing of Du hast.
Du hast me. It's pretty good. I'm gonna go Spanish and just making my way through Hialeah. I just get through Hialeah.
Hialeah. Opalaka, Hialeah is the place to be. Opalaka. Oh, we got some old school references going on in this one.
Oh man.
All right, what are
All
we
right.
naming this bad boy?
That was 5?
That was all
That
of
was
them?
fine.
Oh, I felt
There
like I
we
didn't
go.
answer many.
No, I think it's
Yeah,
been
you
an
did.
hour and a half show. We're good. I think Jennifer's just like, fucking, we're ready to hit stop on this bitch.
At least somebody loves me. Went back to my ex in a robe. Someone's gonna finish in 17th place. Our logo is 3 hands. It was pretty good. And I wrote Koreans speak Korean.
I like someone's got to finish in 17th place.
Yeah, I like that too.
Okay.
I love that
already been
aspect
decided.
of college football this year.
Someone's finishing 17th.
Someone's going to finish in 17th.
Somebody, I'll put that as a jingle. Someone's finishing 17th.
Yeah, someone's finishing in 17th place.
There we go.
All right.
Can I hear that sound one more time before we go?
Fuck yeah.
What, Frank?
Why
Yeah.
you shouldn't fucking tweet anything anymore this fucking time?
He lost all grasp of English. It's a human.
They had a
language.
thing a couple months ago where they had him doing stuff with Francesa. And it was actually pretty funny because Francesa at first had no idea who this guy was. But yeah, Frank the Tank.
We'll have to look that up. That's
Every
funny.
day he's alive is a miracle.
It's true. Isn't he? Is he the same guy who's the Dolphins fan?
Oh,
He
God,
is.
no, is he
Yes,
a
he
Dolphins
is. He's a
fan?
Dolphins
He's the Dolphins fan,
He's not
right?
a Jets
Yeah.
fan?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
that guy.
No, he's a
Jesus.
Dolphins fan. Yep.
Yeah, he's been doing like walking stuff. I think he's lost a bunch of weight, but yeah, he is just yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's him. He's
He's a
the
Fins
Mets and the
fan?
Dolphins.
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's how he talks too.
That poor guy needs a victory in life.
Oh my goodness! Can you imagine being
The
a
last Mets
fan
win
and a
was in
Dolphins fan?
'86, right?
It's
when
like
they beat
being
the
a
Red
Dolphins
Sox.
fan and a
Yes.
Canes fan. It's the same shit.
So they
No, but that's '86.
How old is Frank? Like has
He's
he
probably
seen
like
the-
38.
Like has he seen the
He's
Mets?
gonna be
old
in
is
his.
he?
He's gonna
He
be in his,
seems 60. He's
he's gonna
probably
be in his 20s, and we're all gonna want to jump off the roof.
Right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's like I meet these people out and they're like
48.
Yeah, 48.
48. All right.
Thank
Well,
God.
see, there you go.
So, all right,
So
so he
I
remembers '86.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might remember
Totally.
86.
Yeah, I'm 46.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember 86 Mets. Yeah.
Buckner. Yeah.
I
All right,
watched
so
that,
he's
of course.
experienced that as a
Yeah.
kid. Okay.
Mookie Blaylock and yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You
Keith
get that every
Hernandez.
now
Bill
and then.
Buckner.
Mitchell, Keith Hernandez,
Howard Johnson.
Gary
Howard
Carter.
Johnson,
Gary
Wally
Carter.
Backman.
Mhm.
Have you seen Wally
Wally
Backman like
Backman.
lose his mind in like minor league baseball as
Listen,
a manager.
let's not
You look
forget
up
about
Wally Backman like coaching quotes. Oh my goodness, he's complete savage. Daryl
Let's
Strawberry.
not forget
was on the
about
team. Tim Tuffle.
Calvin Schiraldi and Joe Sambito, the amazing bullpen for the Red Sox that were giving up runs. And
No, we're talking about the Mets.
yeah.
We don't care.
We're talking about the Tuffle Shuffle. That's what we're talking
Tim
about.
Tuffle,
Tuffle
Gary
Shuffle.
Carter, Ron Darling.
Barrett.
He's on the Mets broadcast. Two of those guys are on the Mets broadcast. Ron Darling and Keith Hernandez.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like Ron.
That's a pretty
Darling.
good team.
It was
very good
that was an amazing team. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
Ray Knight.
Ray Knight was there.
Yeah.
Yep, third base.
Yeah,
He was
that's right.
playing third base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Keith Hernandez was at first.
Yeah.
Howard Johnson was
Oh,
playing
Lenny
third.
Dykstra and his cocaine
Dykstra.
out center
Johnson.
Yeah,
field.
Dykstra was out there. Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Backman, I think, was at
Strawberry.
second.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it
Strawberry,
Rudolph? Randolph was that short? Who's
Yeah,
that short?
Randolph. Yep.
No,
Randolph.
wasn't it the broadcaster guy?
No, Ron Darling was a pitcher. Keith
No.
Hernandez was the first baseman, and his
was a
beard is
guy.
weird. Your beard is weird, Keith Hernandez. When him and Emmett Smith did like a
Who was the other guy that did Sunday
Just
Night
for Men
Baseball?
commercial. Sunday Night Baseball. I don't know.
I don't know. But you know what I do know?
Alex
As
Rodriguez.
always, go Canes.
He's trying to end the
Yo!
There you go.
Bange.
Why you don't shouldn't fucking tweet anything anymore this fucking day?